Hey Drinking Buddies, thanks for joining me again today. We're talking still about 5 elements Qigong or medical Qigong, and specifically today we'll be discussing the heart. The heart in traditional Chinese medicine thought is the emperor of all the yin organs. If the heart doesn't want to deal with something and send the energy to another organ to be dealt with, it goes straight into the solar plexus where it just festers. We know that the heart deals with joy, passion, and grief. And what we aim for is what traditional Chinese medicine calls a calm qi heart, a nice, soft, even keel. To be clear, there's nothing wrong with joy and there's nothing wrong with passion, and it's certainly normal to experience grief. Joy is only a problem or an imbalance to the system when anything less than joy seems unbearable. So we don't want you up in the rafters, and we also don't want you down in the dumps. You'll know if you need to clear out your heart meridian and perform this red phoenix gathers heaven and earth exercise if you have symptoms such as experiencing heartburn. That is all that undealt with stuff trying to make itself known, trying to ask the heart to deal with it. So heartburn is a pretty easy symptom to recognize. Just a case of the blahs, a low-level depression, especially if you're coming out of a mourning period. So if you're not in absolute grief, but you're not quite out of the woods yet, this is another exercise that would be helpful to you. And finally, if you are really hyper passionate about things, if you just dive in with both feet head first to everything you do and it's depleting your energy, you might need to rein in your heart meridian a little bit. So now we'll demonstrate red phoenix gathers heaven and earth. If you want, you can also follow along for a more full experience of the exercise in the next video. Here's what you'll do. You take your feet, maybe slightly wider than hip width apart, maybe about shoulder width apart, and you let the tailbone kind of hang heavy. Then you'll bring your hands, and you want your left palm to face the floor, and notice how the elbow is lower than the wrist. You don't want the elbow to be high. Then I'm going to imagine like I'm going to drop my elbow onto the top of my hand. So now my right hand is in the air and my palm faces over to the left. It will always travel in the direction of the upper palm. So nice soft bend in the knees to make sure the chi is flowing. Deep inhale, and exhale, we'll twist. Take the torso with you so the arms don't move, but we are twisted over to the left. Now we'll imagine that we're rolling a ball up the length of the forearm. So we'll stop and have a nice palm-palm connection as we change the hands. So we take an inhale, and I'll start to slide my left palm across the meridians and change hands. Now my left hand is in the air, and it's facing over to the right. So I'll exhale, and we'll twist over to the right-hand side. So here again, I'm going to turn my bottom palm in to face my opposite forearm. And I'll slide my hands up and down one another. We have that nice palm-palm connection. And then I exhale, taking myself over to the other side. So as you go a little bit faster and a little more fluidly, you can start to feel really nice. So you do have that experience of gathering heaven and pulling up earth. If you'd like to follow along for the complete exercise, join me in the next video. Thanks for watching. Rock out with your pork out.